We're going to take another look at the 2024 recruiting class, and we're going to shine a spotlight on 4-star athlete Michael Turner, who signed with the LSU Tigers. We're going to look at his highlights. We're going to look at his 24/7 Sports player profile page. Before we do all that, you need to click that subscribe button right now, because we're covering the 2024 recruiting class and the 2025 class every single day of this offseason. And you need to know what your players look like before they hit the field and start making plays for your team. But let's take a look at his 24/7 Sports player profile page. If you're here for just the highlights, fast forward a few minutes, you shall get there. But he's a 4-star prospect in both the composite and in their rankings, listed as the 9th best athlete in the class, 20th in the composite, 6'1", 150. So we're a little bit on the thin side per that, but we could be a little thicker by now. Signed on National Signing Day, 23 offers, fair amount of offers. Florida, Auburn, LSU, SEC schools looking at him. 10.59, 100 meters. Elite speed, top tier speed. One of the fastest guys in the class per the time there. That's looking good. And he competes in track. 10.59, 10.73, 10.96. We're in the high jump. We're explosive. 10.71, 10.73, 10.84. We live in the 10s. We not just got there one time or two times. We live in the 10s. We also do the 400. We do the jumps. We got speed. We got long speed. We got explosiveness. We're with LSU. We're an athlete. Looking up here, safety. But going over to On3, they got him ranked as a wide receiver. And LSU is stacked at wide receiver, so the fluidity in his game helps him, because he could be playing DB or wide receiver and really just go either side of the ball where they want him at. But he's a 4-star prospect in 24/7 Sports and ESPN. On3 and Rivals has him as a 3-star. Industry Rankings has him as a 4-star. 6'1", 150. Some other schools looking at him: Ole Miss, Miami, Nebraska. So he was a very important player in the recruiting cycle. That being said, let's take a look at his highlights. Let's see what he's about. 5 minutes and 34 seconds of play here. We're going to see him a lot at DB, I believe. Coming up. Reads the run, gets to it. On top of that, special teams. Boom. We're seeing explosiveness and burst there. Oh my goodness, we got a good top gear there. We got a very good top gear. We got a very good top gear on this kid. He just gets to the top end rapidly. Explosive playmaker. Here's another one. Downfield, good hands. Good hands. The one thing about LSU, when you look at their wide receiver recruits over time, covered one the other day from 2025 class. We've covered a lot of them, or all of them, or all the ones in the top 200 or so in this class in the overall rankings for 24/7 Sports. They like guys who are explosive. Of course, they get like guys who are fast, but very explosive off the breaks, very nuanced. But very explosive, with a lot of pop off the step when they make the break. He's got good hands. This guy's got a lot of pop off the step due to that speed. Also, as a DB, that flexibility there. That speed matters. He's good off the release. Did you just see that break? All right. Think about that. Against tight coverage, broke it down. Got the necessary separation. Got you some yak. Look at him downfield. Catch it. Wish the ball was out in front of him a little more. Looking solid. Look at that track. Look at that track. We're in the slot. Into her spot. He is very sudden in his movements. Like how sudden he was whipping that break. Like just skirting it by. You don't get that with many players. That is something LSU likes to look at with their wide receivers. Where Ohio State, they'll hang around the top end of recruiting classes and just try to pick as many top guys as possible. LSU's got traits that they look for. You can tell. So if he's looking to play wide receiver at LSU, and the reason why they like him, on top of the speed and burst, that stuff we're seeing is how swift and smooth and crispy he is getting in and out of those breaks. Good ball skills too. Also at DB, we saw that first play. Just runs up into the guy, attacks midline, touches him, and break. Look at that! Woo! This dude's crispy. Okay. On three's a little low, and I know why they're low. It's because of the size. Unless they saw something or heard something, either through coaches or through like workouts or practices at an all-star game or something. But from what I'm seeing here, when I'm seeing the track times and I'm seeing that equates on-field prowess. Oh, did you see that? He's good. He's a good wide receiver. The hard part here is going to LSU and that stacked depth chart. But if we flip it to DB, we got a little weight. That closing speed on stuff like that. 24/7 Sports has him rated very high as an athlete. They got him documented as a safety. Got good space here. Eat the cushion. Comes back towards the ball. He's got video game speed. Good concentration there. And he's got skills. It's not like he's all speed. His route running is crispy. Look at that. Look at that. Attacks the inside, comes back out very quick. Look at that. Heads up. We're off a lot because you know what? We ain't got help. We're just going to take that. We read that all day. They're just giving it to him. He's fast. I would just, like on offense, you got all those good wide receivers. I figure out how to use that speed, and if I couldn't, I'd get them on defense. I can do something with them if you're smart, if you're here to develop. I think there's a lot here. I think you get them into practice, you get them into camp, you throw them around a little bit, you look at your depth chart, see, do you need a corner? Do you need a safety? How are you feeling at wide receiver? Do you need that speed? Where do you need this at? He's got speed. He's explosive. He's going to help you out somewhere. He is. He definitely is. And maybe there's more news from spring ball right now. Hopefully there is. But this guy's got tremendous upside. If he's going for wide receiver, if they're trying to make him at wide receiver, remember, they're bringing in stud wide receivers left and right. There's good wide receivers in this class going there next year. On top of that, DB, it's LSU. But that speed, you can't teach that. But his route running's so crispy that he can hang with any school in the country. He can definitely do that. So if you're watching this and you're not an LSU fan, say you're a fan of Ole Miss or something, and you're seeing him like, man, I wish I had a wide receiver like that. Pay attention to him. Maybe it's the portal or something. But look at this guy. He's got tremendous upside. Yards after the catch, getting downfield. He's sleeker, but he's going to be growing up. He's going to be growing into his man weight soon. He's going to add to that. We got top-tier speed. You can't teach that. We have top-tier movement skills. We have a lot of upside here in Michael Turner. You can put him at DB too. He gets those interceptions. It's lights out. He can play man for man. I know he can. I saw how he broke off them routes. I know he can. And he can read the run. We saw that in a couple plays. We got a lot of upside with this dude. He's got a lot of upside. He's going to help LSU. LSU has to keep an eye on him. We got to keep an eye on him as well. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. I want to thank you for watching. catch you on the next video.